Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 3 between Showtime and ByuN here, starting on ley lines. Both of these guys have their own style in this matchup, and I think one of the more interesting things in StarCraft 2 is when you have non-standard styles clashing. Because both of these will have played a lot of games with their individual style against the standard, but when you have non-standard versus non-standard, the games tend to become kind of wild majority of the time. As we see a fast scout out of ByuN, most likely indicating an eBay block. Post depot scout, 9 out of 10 times is going to be an eBay block. And 1 out of 10 times... Ooh, it's going to maybe be a proxy. I actually didn't know what the 1 out of 10 times was going to be. But I guess it's going to be a proxy. Single gas, barracks. No worker cuts. So economically quite strong, really. If he cuts worker number 19, it might be an orbital command skip with Marauders. This is a very old school build that I have recently played as well myself. Because I played against a dude who did it on the ladder, like a 5.5k player. Very cool build order. Skip the orbital command, get a fast command center on the low ground, and it just looks like a standard build. But in reality, you have a proxy Marauder. You can do this with reactor first. You can also do this with marine first. There's really a lot of ways in which you can execute this build. ByuN's going to play it different. He's going to go for the orbital plus second depot. Sees that there's a marine. Now, Showtime. Okay, I kind of want to do this from Showtime's perspective. Okay? You see a second depot, you see a marine, and no low ground CC, but also no high ground CC, which would either be here or here. I think there are some alarm bells ringing in Showtime's head right now, but you also can't quite place what is wrong. Like, you don't know what is wrong, you just know something is wrong. So he's kind of just looking around, see if there's any like low-hanging fruit that he can pick. Like, is there a barracks over here? Is there a factory over there? Do you have like 3 more barracks on my side of the map? Like, what actually is going on? Like, he's scouting up a little bit with this adept as well. It's like, is there a barracks over here? No. Barracks is positioned in this area. He is building a battery, and this battery went down before tech. This is a significant investment in security. So Showtime is respecting what he scouted. He says, hey, you're doing something weird, and although I don't know what it is, I'm kind of going for the catch-all response, where I get a battery early on, delay my tech a little bit, get triple units before second gateway. This is the safest setup that Showtime could have gone for. So this response is perfect. That doesn't mean that he automatically wins the game. He still needs to execute well as well. And the execution is what we're going to get right here. Needs to target the Marauders, ideally. Use energy recharge on his battery. I think the second battery is too late already. He needs to build a second battery right now. He needs to build a second battery about 10 seconds ago. We're gonna get it at this moment. Second Stalker is about to pop out. There we go. First Marauder is going to fall as these Marines are taking a little bit of a beating as well. He's missed-targeting. 2 Marines now, 1 hit away from dying. We're gonna snipe this SCV as 1 Stalker is about to fall. Pro pool. I think ByuN needs a significant amount of damage here. Ideally a kill on the Nexus. He's not going to get that because this bunker will not go up. Double batteries are here. I actually believe that Showtime is held and only losing 5 workers. So in my mind, this has a very positive ending here for Showtime. He's up in workers. He is up a base because this base isn't done yet. Still needs to turn into an orbital command as well. That's what, 25 seconds? It's going to need to fly over. That's what, another 20 seconds or so? 15 seconds? So Showtime is going to be up 10 workers, probably, by the time this orbital is finished up. That is a good spot here for a Protoss player. Behind all of this, there's no tech, there's no factory, there's no third CC, there's not even any upgrades. So we see ByuN, oh, he's gonna go into 4 racks off of this. He's gonna get a Stalker kill here, kind of sloppy out of Showtime. I mean, you know most likely there's going to be continued Marauder production behind this. I don't understand why we would even test the waters there. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, oh, I see a shark fin, let me jump in. See if it's really a shark. Like, well, if it's not a shark, you didn't win anything. And if it is a shark, you're dead. That's kind of what happened here. Okay, 2 Marauders are gonna get taken out. 4 suits are okay, not great, by the way. Okay, not great. Immortal is gonna be built here. Shalom is kind of afraid of dying, and understandably so, perhaps. Wants to get out as many units as possible. Has a 3rd gate added in as well. Stim is about to finish up. I didn't actually think Stim what's gonna come in play here. This is still a serious threat, by the way, this force. Oh, there goes the pylon. There almost goes the sentry. This immortal still needs to come out. I think a Robo-Bay would not be a bad idea. Fort gas also would not be that bad of an idea. Fort gas. Not there. Third base. Wow. Showtime really has balls of steel. I don't think there's many Protoss players that would skip Fort gas and go third base in this position. It really is quite impressive. Kind of going back to the more standard approach to things. He's getting a Forge as well. Now a Robo-Bay. But after a third. Man. Showtime is really impressive. Like, he manages to kind of translate these weird early games into a more standard mid game. And he does it in a way where he has almost no risk. He's not going to get this bunker, is he? No, he barely won't get that bunker. Quite a bit of damage output, of course. I mean, there's a Marauder in here, 2 Marines, 2 Marauders are shooting at you. Stalkers really take a beating when it comes to fighting these Marauders. I don't think Showtime actually has the gas for this, by the way. Like, he's trying to pump out Observers as well. He doesn't have enough for +1 and Colossus, so not ideal of a start. You have 3 barracks. First 2 medevacts now coming out. This is the first observer. It's gonna get scanned and will die. Good call out of ByuN. It's 83 supply to 81. Third base finishes up for Showtime. First Colossus is on the way. Couple of points that I would like to raise is the lack of charge so far. The complete lack of gas as well, making thermal lens hard to get. Making extra sentries difficult to reach. You could say that maybe actually not getting a Fort gas before a third base was just a major mistake. I thought it was a ballsy move out of Showtime because it allowed him to get a little bit more eco, but maybe he just needed the gas too badly to skip that. Because a lot of his key upgrades are going to be quite late now as a result. I'm not sure if you want more units with better upgrades first, or if this extra eco is actually going to pay off. But that's what we're going to find out in the next few minutes. Double Drop is heading into the main base. Observer is going to scout this though. Showtime is mentally ready for it. Is he going to be physically ready once this thing arrives? There's enough for a recall. We're going to see that recall here onto those Stalkers. One Stalker goes down. Second Stalker goes down before the recall finishes up. Double Drop heads over to the third base. Is going to land here. No combat shield on those Marines. That is a mistake. I don't think ByuN realizes he didn't have combat shield. Now I was like, oh no. This fight could have been so much better for me. But instead, it ain't so much better. Marauders are dealing a lot of damage here. Zealots going down as well. This is going surprisingly well for ByuN with a high Marauder count without combat shield. He's ripping through this force. There's 2 Colossus remaining. 1 Colossus really low will end up falling. 2 Zealot warp in might be good enough to at least block these Marauders. But no, we're gonna get a pickup. 10 workers have gone down. The third CC goes down behind this for ByuN. As ByuN takes a significant lead here in this game when it comes to the supply. Is up 2 workers as well. Continues upgrading, and most importantly, the Colossus count has been reset here by the Korean Terran player. Who still, by the way, is skipping combat shield. An unintentional move, I can assure you that. Which is making all of these attacks a little bit worse than they really should be. Luckily, his army consists mainly of Marauders, and this is not the biggest of issues. Still, though, probably would have liked to have a little bit more HP on these Marines. Still not getting it. There is a Colossus here now. Medevac's actually kind of running out of energy, which is making these fights awkward, because every stim on these Marauders hurts so freaking much. Showtime is going to survive for now, and here comes Combat Shield, as well as double Viking production to kick things off into the early stages of the mid game. It feels like we've got an extended early game due to the Colossus snipes and kind of the low eco situation that we find ourselves in. Fourth base now starts. 5 wrecks are about to be done as a Ghost Academy hits the field as well. It's going to be Viking 1 and 2 that are now popping out. And these medevacts are so low. I actually think that it is completely okay for ByuN to say, hey, I'm just going to slow down. I want to get like 20, 30 energy on each of these medevacts, and then we can consider fighting again. But before that, I don't really want to do it. I think that would be I really think that would just be a fair thing to say, because right now he's not really healing a whole lot mid-fight due to the complete lack of energy. Look at that. These medevacts are just kind of floating around, not doing a lot of healing. So one unhealthy Marauder. And this Bioforce also isn't that big, by the way. I really do believe that ByuN needs to be a little bit careful. Really does need to be a little bit careful. What else do we have? We have 8 gateways. We have +2, which is about 80% done. We have a 4th base, which is now set up over here. Hallucination. Where are you going, little boy? Three Ghost. Four GC on the way. See what we got over here. Marauder start attacking this Nexus as are dealing quite a bit of damage. 4th base is up and running. I wonder if ByuN has kind of overplayed his hand. Is it a possibility that ByuN has overplayed his hand? Hell yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Stalker's doing some good damage against those Vikings. Energy recharge on the battery. Viking count is really neat though. 5 Vikings plus EMPs. Usually means dead Colossi. 4 Vikings still alive. They're trying to get taken out by these Stalkers, but I only think a single Colossus will survive, and there's not enough cannon fodder in front of the Colossus to help it survive. As a result, ByuN is going to break through over here. Are there plenty of reinforcements for Showtime? No! As ByuN takes map number 1. Now that was quite frankly an impressive performance there out of ByuN. He didn't have the hottest start. He really did not. And that first attack there, the initial double drop in the main base, forcing a recall, killing 2 Stalkers during the recall, then picking up without losing anything, dropping at the 3rd, clearing those 2 Colossus with phenomenal micro despite not having combat shield. That's just good. It is just good. You can't look at it any other way. Just freaking well done. Well done, mate. Let's see what Showtime's going to be doing this time around, as he's had a bunch of different openers as of late. A bunch of different openers. A lot of them have been revolving around this fast Nexus. So a little bit of... ooh. Actually, it's going to go core before next year. I was going to say a little bit of StarCraft 2 lore, or PvT lore, I should say, is that the most common opener is the core into Nexus. Showtime has been one of the players that prefers the Nexus before the Cybernetics core, delaying his initial Adept and the Warp Gate, but getting faster tech as well as slightly better economy. You boost yourself by about a worker and a half, and you have slightly better saturation because you can send your workers over to your natural a bit faster. So you're not oversaturating your main quite as much. It's not an insignificant difference when it comes to money. Okay, it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, that's not what's happening here, so let's not even talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. What is ByuN going to be doing here? He's opening up with a Reaper, follows it up with a Reactor and a Factory. 2-1 in gas, that means there's going to be a relatively quick natural command center still. It's going to be built on the high ground though. We're going to have to wait and see what Showtime's plans will be. As he's sending this little Adept across the map. Oh, just running past the Reaper. And the Reaper is also running past the Adept, so it's like they have a deal here. A non-attacking pact. The mine comes out, starport on the way. 3rd depot needs to start as okay, there we go. It's gonna be at least a single mine drop. Could be a double mine drop. We've had a couple of different follow-ups out of Terran players. We've seen double mine drop, we've seen single mine into Tech Lab. We've seen single mine into like Liberator harass as well, and then going for quick tanks behind it. Like, there's a lot of different setups that you can go for. This just looks like a more standard double mine drop to me. Could even be a triple mine drop. Oh, there's going to be a Tech Lab right here. Double mine drop into Tech Lab. So we're potentially looking at Banshee follow-ups, Raven follow-ups, tank all-in still. Whenever you're playing 2 gas as a Terran, you have pretty much infinite opportunities. You can legit do whatever the hell you want. Whether that's going to be... yeah, actually just whatever the hell you want. We could go BC for all I care. I actually don't care about it. BC is a completely fine thing to do here too. Do need to hide the fusion core though, because you don't want your opponent to be aware of it. All right, gonna go with Raven plus Siege. Oh, ooh, plus Siege Tank. Very fast Raven though, because he swapped the factory away from it to build another tech lab and instantly sent the starport over. So this bad boy is going to go into the main base. Let's take a look. Is Showtime ready? It doesn't have blink. It's going to have 2 stalkers in the main. Let's see if they're going to be ready to shoot at this thing. They will be ready to shoot at that thing. We have 4 stalkers, 2 adepts, observer on the way, 3rd gate on the way as well. And we're going to go into a third gas over here. Maybe even a 4th gas. I wouldn't honestly mind a 4th gas in this particular case. Blink finishing up in 10 seconds, and Showtime stays alive at least for now. Follow-up here is going to be a 2nd barracks as well as a 3rd barracks. So, not going to be a very aggressive follow-up here out of ByuN. I'm more expecting a defensive setup rather than an aggressive setup, if anything. This thing moves over. Tech lab will start stim. It's gonna go 2 tank. Not sure if Showtime has seen this Raven yet. Raven has seen the 3rd base. Probably doesn't want to fly over in between. Just kind of waiting until it finds the time to run in and deal some damage. This charge now starts. No forge. No secondary tech either. Okay, here we go. Robo-Wave. It's not a super fast Robo-Wave. 5 minutes and 20 seconds in. So we could end up in a similar situation to last game. Where Showtime's kind of in this awkward spot with like 1.5 Colossus, no thermal lands. It's gonna get slightly faster charge at least, and that is something. We have a fake marine tank move out. This is not real. He's not actually going to do something with this. He's just faking out his opponent. Maybe wanting to force out batteries, unit warp-ins to delay extra gateways. As a Protoss, you often have to make a decision between building more units or adding in more infrastructure. And right now, ByuN with this push out is actually forcing a lot of units to be built and thus delaying his opponent's infrastructure. ByuN actually moved way further on the map than I thought he would. This double mine drop is now coming in as we're gonna borrow them. At the same time, Raven auto turret harass is coming in as well. Is going to clear, well, what is it? 2 more workers on top of the initial 3, so that's 5 workers total. ByuN's actually gonna move in position now. Could start attacking this thing as well. There's a lot of probes here on the bottom side that could get taken out. These zealots that are trying to warp in could also get smashed. Stimpack finishing up in about 10 seconds. I really did not believe this was going to be a legit attack. This is a crazy move out that ByuN is going for. And so far it's honestly doing okay. We get the stim. A couple of stalkers will end up falling as the first 2 medevacs now pop out. Will most likely send these units into the main base with a fast boost. Auto turret harass comes back. 10 kills in total on this Raven. 10 kills. 1-0. That is a lot of freaking kills on a Raven. Without that Raven, this game would be extremely Showtime favored. But with the Raven, the game is actually looking quite good for ByuN. The only thing that ByuN is missing is a 3rd base. Although, I don't even think he wants one because he's adding barracks 4 and 5 before the 3rd command center. There's no scouting here out of Showtime. Did not see this coming. Did already send 3 stalkers in position, but they actually arrived at the exact wrong time. This Colossus could be in danger as well. There are 2 mines over here. So we have the observer coming to reveal the mines. Blink it forward. Does he get any of the medevacs? No, he doesn't. Does get 1 clear here on the marine. And a double drop heading towards the bottom side. Okay. That's what we got right now. That is what we got. We got concussive shell. We got +1 armor as well. And the auto turret comes back in. We have 4 medevacs active on the map. 2 of them going back home for a repair. 2 of them just boosting straight in. Look at this. This is crazy movement. So aggressive out of ByuN. So freaking aggressive out of ByuN. And I'm loving it. I absolutely adore this type of play. Third CC finally on the way. They're really not going to have a massive boost because of these 2 barracks, to be honest. Like, they haven't produced any units yet. Supply drop as well. Not the greatest macro out of ByuN. Let's see if we can do something across the map. We're still in this weird situation, by the way. It's just a single Colossus. Showtime must have been supply blocker, just forgot to build this extra Colossus, but this really sucks. Does not have a great setup here. Does not have a great setup at all. Wants to take a 4th base. The Zealots are actually going to walk into the Marauders and Marines. That is not brilliant either. Oh. Needs to activate this mine. Can we blink back? Hell yep. Oh my god. Showtime. That is so sloppy. At the same time, attack at the third. I didn't even see it, neither did Showtime. He just lost. What the hell happened there? He was busy dealing with this mine, just like I was busy mentally dealing with this mine. And then at the same time, I completely forgot about this double drop on the right side. What a weird move out as well that was. He just runs in and Showtime is like, okay, I can't do this anymore. You're too freaking good for me with your movement. GG gets called. ByuN wins the series with a 2-0 score. And that, my dear friends, is going to be it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.